Alright guys, today we are doing something a bit different. Not different necessarily, well, a little bit, but kind of coming back to something we did a lot of in the past. And this is, if you couldn't tell, this is Supercross Encore. We did the Road to MX vs ATV Legends Supercross Encore, the review after 1,000 hours. And after playing the game, I have been playing this game even before that video and after the video a decent amount. It's the game. This is my jam right now, right? This is my jam. This is the game I'm having fun playing. I'm looking forward to playing this game. I mean, I'm not saying I don't enjoy Supercross 5 or any other games that have been coming out in between, you know, Supercross Encore and now. But this game, I said it, I was talking to you guys in the comments a bit. This is the game I dedicated, or I was most dedicated to, I guess I should say. Reflex, obviously, I've said it in the past that game, we have thousands of hours. But this game, this is the game I was probably most dedicated to, even if I don't have quite as many hours as I do Reflex. So it's so satisfying. I talked about it a bit in Monday's video, but this game, it takes some time. You know, some people will disagree and say, again, clutch boost, preload, whatever, but it did take some time to get decent at this game and learn how to play it and really have fun in this game. And we're hitting some massive lines. Yeah, we do case a bit on some of them. I did go back to the manual transmission. It's in my opinion, it's better. You can hit everything with the automatic, but I feel like the automatic transmission is it's more inconsistent. The bike sometimes won't maintain the momentum around a corner. It'll just like slow down for no reason, and you can just force the bike to go faster with the manual, as you should, but the auto's still good. So nothing against the auto. We used it a bunch in the beginning, but yeah, so this video kind of getting a bit long-winded here, but this video, what I basically did was went to the DLC tracks and rode the first, like, I'm not sure how many we have here, 4, 5, 6 tracks, and just tried to get some decent laps to show you around each track. I think most tracks we have 2 laps to show you. This is Chicago. The first track was St. Louis, but this track is like a love-hate relationship. It's so fun and it's so flowy if you hit your lines, but excuse me, if you're not, this track can be a nightmare. Now, this section, this was so tough. You actually can jump in 6, so you could go 1 further and then jump 6 out. Now, we did hit it pretty decent there. I would say that's probably the more consistent way of hitting it, but we didn't hit the biggest line. Okay, so I'm not saying that in this video we're going to have the biggest lines, but they're really satisfying laps in my opinion. That's why we titled it some satisfying laps for your viewing pleasure, because I feel like even if you don't like the arcade style motocross game, which obviously this is, it's still really satisfying to hit a section of a track like perfect, or, you know, hit that big 5 or 6 into a rhythm section and land it perfect. You know what I mean? So, yeah, the first 5 or so tracks in the DLC pack list, and when I went to the tracks, that's what we did. And again, ran at least, well, we did 1 lap on 1 track or 2 tracks, but for the most part, we ran 2 laps on about over half the tracks here, and then some only have 1. But just, this is a game. Again, this is the game I want to play. This is the game I'm happy playing, but I know people say, do what you want, you know, make the videos you wanna make, and right now this is what I want to do. I actually had a different video ready to go. I hadn't done a post commentary on it, but I had what track? Salt Lake City, the replica track, the final Supercross track in Supercross 5, basically ready to go for today, like we usually do, and I wasn't excited to do that video. I didn't. Again, it's not that I don't like the game. I don't want people to say, oh, he didn't like it, he never did. No, that's not true. It's just, it almost feels like we got into this rut of mostly playing, and this kind of happened after All Out, mostly playing milestone games, right? And Supercross 1 and 3 were awesome. I played them a ton. I love them. They're two of my favorite milestone games ever made. But we got into this rut of only playing milestone games, and I like variety. Variety is the spice of life. I enjoy variety, and we just haven't really had that. We had some Reflex custom tracks. We did do some MX Bikes, and MX Bikes, in my opinion, is still the best moto game out there. We messed that up so bad. We actually hit it right. You saw we hit it. We did hit it, guys, but the problem you have because I'm playing on PlayStation, when you preload really hard, sometimes your thumb slips off the stick and hits the touchpad, and then that's what changes the view. So if you played Encore a lot on the PlayStation, I'm assuming you've had that happen to you, and it just did to us there. But yeah, what I was saying is I still believe MX Bikes is still the best game out there. If you have a PC, definitely go pick it up and play that game. Tons of mods. The community is very active in making the tracks and the bike skins and everything, and the game is amazing. But we're not really a sim channel. I mean, we're not. I would say we're below average in that game, and it's fun. But I tell you what, for me, and it probably is because we played this game so much, but this game was fun coming back to it. And I had a great time, and surprisingly, it wasn't as bad trying to get these laps as I thought it was going to be. Again, we didn't hit the biggest line on every track, but we hit some very, in my opinion, satisfying lines. And this is Cleveland. The track before was Albany. Cleveland is tough, but not tough at the same time. We actually do mess up, and I'll show you where we did, but it was still very satisfying. I don't know if I've ever actually hit that line before, but on this section, I'm pretty sure we triple or quad in. Kind of quad, but then we jump 5 out. It would have been basically the same. You could have jumped in a bit further and then had an easier jump out, but it ended up being about the same. And since I hit this table section coming up the way I wanted to, I was satisfied enough with the lap. It would take more practice, and I'm hoping to play the game more and practice more and maybe do some more of these. Maybe the next one we try to hit the biggest lines on the track at some of the DLC tracks. I mean, maybe we do the stock tracks too, or even the 2017 replicas, but I do remember that I think it was San Diego, Anaheim 2, Glendale. There was some stock tracks in that game, not stock tracks, the 2017 replicas that were very, very difficult. Even like had lines on the track that even when I was playing the game a ton and grinding, I would grind for hours trying to get some like full good laps on those tracks, the 2017 replicas. So I'm not sure if I feel like grinding that hard, but I don't know. It's something you guys would have to let me know if you want to see it or not. If you do want to see more Encore and you like what we're doing here and we do these, maybe we do a whip video on some tracks where we just scrub super hard on everything, or we again go for some huge, at least the biggest lines that I know of in the game on some tracks, or we just keep doing the smooth, satisfying laps like we're trying to do here. Or, I mean, I'm not saying they're perfect, okay? Don't think that I'm saying perfect, but they're definitely satisfying. And that track we just went to, I'm sorry, I'm forgetting to say which track it was. That track was Charlotte, I think. And this track is Pontiac. This track was really tough for me, but yeah, the video's about over. We finished this lap, and that will wrap it up. But let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this, if you liked it, if you made it to this part of the video. Let me know. I would appreciate it. I know a big chunk of the YouTube audience only makes it through like 50 to 60% of the video, so I can see that. I can see that in the analytics, but yeah, let me know. I'd be curious because it is something that I get excited to do. I actually was excited to make this video. I usually do short videos. This video was a long video. It was 10 minutes. We made a 10-minute video. But yeah, let me know in the comments if you enjoyed, if you want to see more. and we will go from there. But you guys and girls are absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for the support on the channel lately. It really does mean a lot. And until the next video, take it easy.